Welcome to In This Season podcast, where we unpack the most empowering conversations, have exclusive and inspirational interviews, and host special events. Join Tammy, some call her Butterfly, and explore life's purpose by learning how to embrace each season of your life with confidence, strength, and purpose. Whether you're blooming in the spring, or shining in the summer, or embracing change in the fall, or gracefully hibernating in the winter, get ready to be inspired. Join us right here on this season of In This Season podcast with your host, the Butterfly. It's time, no matter what season it is.
Good morning, beautiful people. Come on in to the barbecue. Let's get this party started. Let's feed the ducks. Today is a new day. Happy Thursday. And let's see who's in with us. Who started early this morning? Auntie Richetta says, good morning, Butterfly, and nephew, and family, and everyone, she says. Thank you, Auntie Richetta. Bless you. Miss Brenda Davis says, great everything, everyone. So, are y'all over there feeding the ducks? Huh? Tell somebody that's with you, hey, come on, let's feed these ducks today. Pimpin' wearing you? Are you wearing the pimpin'? Life wearing you? Are you wearing life? All right? So y'all get it on. Let's bring Mr. Bonehead in.
How you doing, Mom?
Good morning, Bone. How are you?
I'm pretty good. A little sleepy. I just woke up, y'all, not too long ago. I woke up, went back to sleep, and then woke right back up again. And it was like an hour later.
Yeah.
That is.
I'll tell you, I did too. What'd you say, Brandon?
You broke up a little bit on me. What'd you say?
Yeah, I did. I said, let's get this off so we can get started. Yeah, I had a rough night, y'all. I did some crazy stuff last night. So
You did some crazy stuff.
Brandon, you and Mike, don't talk about me. Don't talk about me. It is what it is. Y'all ate some ice cream in the bed and lay down. Boy, them ice cream cramps woke me up.
Oh no.
I can't tell you, I don't even know what I was thinking about. So, man, I wrestled with those ice cream cramps. I know this is an old stomach and I need high mileage food, right? I was in so much pain and I was up and down and walking. But so that being said, yeah, I slept a little bit longer because I was up, but I still got up and I still went and did what I needed to do. And I just I hadn't even set up the show. And so I was in my feelings about that. And then y'all, I was talking to myself. I was like, wait a minute, I should be glad that I was reminded that I didn't do the show, because then I came in and did it and it was a peaceful morning. So I still got my things in, but man, was I sleepy when that alarm clock went off. And I'm like Brandon, I turned it off and got a few more minutes. And I did all that I needed to do. So, but I tell you what, I won't do that again with the ice cream. That's gone. That day is over. Lesson learned. Lesson learned.
Most people of African descent are lactose intolerant, so we should not be, speaking to myself first because I love me some ice cream, but we should not be eating dairy products, especially late at night. It's about guaranteed to mess you up. So if you do eat it, eat it earlier in the morning. Actually, the closer toward you waking up when you eat the ice cream, probably the better. Because by the time you it gets later on in the day, all that enzyme that you need to digest the milk, right? The lactose, I think it's called lactate, to digest the lactose is gone. But it's more of it in the morning, but it fades quick, especially for us African descent people. So y'all, no milk at night and no ice cream at night. I'm surprised you ain't still in the bed. You was asking for it.
I did, and I got it. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking about. I just really don't know. I mean, in the bed, y'all.
It was good, wasn't it?
The bowl is still on the beside the bed. Man, but when that ice cream cramp said, "Hey, wake up, boy," whew, got my heart.
It's so funny. Welcome everybody. It's good to have y'all here. Who do we have in the chat, Mom?
So we got Auntie
Who's saying with
Richetta,
us?
Brenda, cousin Monique has popped in since I said good morning to everyone, and Big Mike. Big Mike, I hope you didn't hear that. Hope you didn't hear that. But good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning, y'all, and welcome to the In the Season podcast. I am your co-host, and the lady over there fanning herself from those coffee cramps is my beautiful mother,
You see,
the butterfuck.
Miss
What she
Brenda
say?
says, Tammy, I know that feeling. It's like a bubble bath in your stomach. Big bubbles.
Wow.
Oh man,
What was
y'all.
she thinking, y'all? What was she thinking?
I don't know. Foolish. I don't know. I don't
Well,
even know.
Mom,
And I didn't even think I did it without even. I just wanted some ice cream. And y'all, it was like 10:30 at night.
ooh, wait.
So, but I'm here and I'm better and I'm ready.
Well, let's get you in and out of here just in case they come back to visit. Yeah, show them, show them your book, Mom. Show them your, show them your book. All
Look,
right, y'all.
Brandon, I got my,
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
yeah,
Yo,
I'm reading chapter 7.
oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's always better to read it. We're always suggesting different verses, whether it be of the Bible or the Quran, to each other to read for reference. So thanks for reading that, Mom. That's cool, man. Thank y'all for joining us too. Let me make sure we got everything plugged up right here. Yep, we do. But welcome to the End of Season podcast, y'all, where we have been reading through the book Daily Motivations for African American Success, as my mom showed you there. If you can't get the book, it's a high value, low cost book. And we would love to have more people on board with this. So please share it and let everyone know to read this book. It's a great book. It's been a good friend to us throughout this 316 days that we've been coming here. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Doug Lewis. It's good to see you in here, brother. Ain't seen you in a minute, but it's you always little bro to me, man. I know you almost 30 now, but man, good to see you. Good to see everybody here today. So a little bit more about this book. Daily Motivations for African American Success will help you focus on the thoughts, attitudes, and deeds that will lead to the achievement of your true goals. In 365 short, powerful motivations, one for each day of the year, Dennis Kimbro, author of the popular Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, leads us to discover how to use the present moment and our own gifts to transcend labels, cultivate a positive attitude, become wise enough to know when to say yes and when to say no, and to look inward for answers to life's challenges. Each motivation begins with words of wisdom from such distinguished and celebrated African Americans as Malcolm X, Marion Wright Elderman, Whoopi Goldberg, Charlene Hunter Galt, Bill Cosby, Carl Rowan, Mother Hale, Reverend Leon Sullivan, and hundreds of others. This treasure trove of practical inspiration will give you fresh encouragement every day of the year, and what it teaches will last you a lifetime. So let's get one of those teachable lessons right here and right now today. Anything else from you, Mom, before we jump into it?
Nope. I think I'm
Nope.
all good. Nope.
All right, Doug, how you like my glasses, man? They for blue screen. I know. Man, Mama, me and Doug used to check each other so much. We used to wake up checking the crust in each other's eye. You know, take one sock off somebody's foot just to make them look for it in the morning. I mean, just do silly stuff. So I
Take
know,
it out while they were sleeping.
man, we used to do crazy stuff.
Yeah. So, oh.
We used to do the craziest stuff.
You
But
know what that made me think about? I don't think Doug was involved with y'all in that tree, and Joanne found y'all on YouTube
oh yeah,
at college. Y'all, they in the tree on YouTube.
and it,
Man,
we was
Joanne,
we was high in the tree, jumping in the tree,
yeah,
y'all. So
man,
look,
I
Doug said Dr. Gator.
yeah. So
Dr. Gator. I like that. Yeah, I need to be a doctor. But today is December the 12th. What?
I'm
What?
just think, I'm just thinking about that day in the tree, Joanne.
Oh,
Man,
Joanne. I
y'all
thought
have
she
to know
was,
Joanne. Woo,
man, they
Joanne.
probably do knowing her. They probably do know Joanne.
Miss Brenda, she used to work at FedEx, but man, Miss Joanne will light in on, ooh, let's go. Let's do it.
Man, yeah, Joan was like, "What you doing in that tree?" I'm like, "Miss Dot, what are you talking about? I see you in that tree, jumping in the tree. You're about to break your neck." I'm talking about. She used to call y'all, me, my cousin, Tez, and Brahim, Brandon Terrell, and Brahim call him Tez. We would sit there. She would call y'all, and Miss Joanne. It's years later. You can't be mad now. She would call, and we just be sitting there looking at each other, and like she called Brahim. Phone would be ringing. We just look at the phone. You answer it. No, you answer it. No, it's your turn. It's like, no, I answered it last time. By the time we argue, she's done calling. And we sit back. Well, can't answer it now. We done missed the call. Next thing you know, my phone ringing. And then Brandon Terrell's phone's ringing. We just sitting there looking at the phone. Like if one of us don't answer, she gonna be up here. We got a good 7 hours before she leave Memphis and come to Knoxville. But she'll be here. So but shout out to people
Amazing.
like that, for people checking on you, sending you care packages, making sure you're good and fed. It was annoying. I'll tell you from right. I mean, she annoyed the life out of me and them. But one thing we didn't doubt was that she loved us and she cared for us and
Yeah.
wanted us to be off on the right way, even if we didn't appreciate how she did it at the time.
Yeah. You probably appreciate it more now because you
Yeah.
grown. But yeah, that day in the tree, like she was lit. She was like, "We sending them up there, and we trying to get out the tree, and they climbing up the tree and filming it like a fool."
Looking like a monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me
All
Miss
right.
Joanne. We're gonna have to let her know about this show. But
Yeah.
no, actually not, because then she gonna be on me. I actually owe her a call back while I'm telling her myself. But today's title, y'all, before I dig myself into a hole, today's title is a good track record. A good track record. Look, see, I told you. Look, Joanne. She said, "How is Joanne?" I
I
do
know. I
know
saw
her.
that. I wasn't gonna say
I
anything.
I told you that
Everybody at FedEx probably knows
I'm
Joanne.
telling you they know Joanne. I was like, they probably know Joanne.
Yeah,
Joanne need
Joanne.
her own show, y'all.
Yeah, but
She's a
she's
sitcom.
straight up 100, y'all. I mean, if she think it, she gonna say it. She gonna be it. She don't care. You ain't gonna go in. She ain't gonna go to no restaurant and it's half done. She gonna speak. Man, Joanne is something else. But you gotta love her. She real. She does Joanne. So
Yeah, she real nosy, real loving, real
yeah,
a bunch of stuff.
everything.
But but you gotta love Joanne, man. She
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 gonna
gonna
remember
make sure
your
you right.
birthday though. She's just real, y'all. So
Look, she said Joanne. And she put a government name out there.
she is a real deal.
You know
She
it's bad
is.
when you know somebody last name. You're like, yeah, that's one of a kind. They distinct.
Yeah, you
But
gotta
yeah,
love her though. You gotta love her.
that's my aunt right there, Miss Brenda.
She'll do anything for anybody though, y'all. She will.
She
But
really will.
she gonna raise hell too about it now. She'll do it, but while she doing it, she gonna be calling you up and out.
That's crazy. Small world, Miss Brenda. We're gonna have to. I need to hear one of your Joanne stories, Miss Brenda. but Grandma Earlene, please don't go tell Joanne this, because I know I just thought about my grandma watched this show.
I'm gonna send it to her.
Oh Lord, you're gonna get me in trouble.
All right.
Please don't. See, you making me hot now with my with my fan. But a good track record, y'all. Let's get to the show. A good track record, and our quote of the day comes from Daryl Stingley, the activist for the physically challenged. And he said, the pain means there's feeling there. He said, the pain means there's feeling there. Again, this is for the physically challenged activist, Daryl Stingley, I think his name is. Olympic gold medalist Carl Lewis's first exposure to track and field began in the 8th grade. Uncoordinated and barely trained, he suffered defeat after defeat. One evening, he told his parents, both track coaches, that he was tired of losing. His father replied, the successful person is easy to start and tough to stop. Life's pathways are chock full of obstacles, only overcome by persistence. By persistence, the snail reached the ark. By persistence, the great pyramids of Egypt were built, offering civilization a springboard to even greater knowledge. By persistence, African missionaries were able to survive long, trying periods before ever obtaining a convert. There has never been a successful man or woman who hasn't known the tough answers that only come through the hard lessons of persistence. But it is there success, but is there success without persistence? Yes, it's possible to achieve without persisting, but it is something like being a student who will not go to school, a soldier who will not join an army, a salesman without a customer, a sailor without a ship, a writer without a reader, a teacher without a pupil, a preacher without a prayer, a musician without an instrument, a doctor without a patient, or a bee without a hive. If you are to succeed, you must persist. A teenager had decided to quit school, saying he was bored by his lessons. His father desperately tried to convince him to stay with it. Son, he said, you just can't quit. History is loaded with examples of great leaders who are remembered because they didn't quit. Martin Luther King didn't quit. Booker T. Washington didn't quit. George Washington Carver didn't quit. And Willie Johnson didn't quit. Who? Who the sun burst in? Who in the world is Willie Johnson? If we go to the next page, go to the next page. See, the father replied, you don't remember him. He quit. We only remember those who persist. So that last line, he said, and Willie Johnson didn't quit. He said, who? The son. Who? Who in the world is Willie Johnson? And the father replied, see, you don't remember him. He quit. We only remember those who persist. Over to you, Mom. A good track record.
I'm going to add also, as it gives us examples of like a salesman without a customer, a sailor without a ship, a writer without a reader, a teacher without a pupil, a preacher without a prayer, a musician without an instrument, a doctor without a patient, right? Or a bee without a hive. If you are to succeed, you must persist. And might I add, a butterfly without a cocoon, right? That's what I thought about when you read that part. And then a life, I'll say life, breath, heart beating, right? But without a life, right? You're here, right? But absence of true life. So persistence, you all, and we've talked about this quite a bit. It's about keeping going. It's interesting. The word obstacle came up today because obstacle was one of the words yesterday as I was speaking to the babies. It's actually one of the teachers there. What she's having the kids do fit right into what I was speaking about. And so she stopped me and she reminded the kids of an exercise they're working on. I was like, oh my gosh, you have them doing something like this? So she said yes. And she held up the little paper, and obstacle was the word. And so we were talking to them about keeping going, keep moving forward because life happens. And it does, you guys. And the good track record is keep going. Keep going. Because if you keep going, even if you move like a snail, you're going to eventually get there. One brick at a time. How do you build a house? One brick at a time, right? One brick at a time. When I was purging, and I still am, and I grew weary. I'm like, this is a mess. How I encourage myself, if you touch one thing at a time, just one more thing in the midst of your being discouraged, just touch one more thing and put it away, put it somewhere, get it where it's supposed to be. And then one more thing again. So persistence is key. And I'm going to turn it over to you, Brandon. And I'm sure we all know what it means, but firm or obstinate continuance in a course of action. In a course of action. in spite of difficulty or opposition. So the action does not stop, right? Because you are persistent. Your goal is front and center. Obtaining it, not obtaining it is not an option. So you keep going. And so that's a question. What's your track record? What's your record? What's your goal? What is it that you're building or working on? Right? So over to you, Brandon.
Thanks, Mom, for those insights. I have a couple questions for you and for the audience members. If y'all in the comments, what is persistence? If you had to define it, like if persistence is a cake of sorts, what are the ingredients to persistence? Like if you had to make persistence out of maybe two or three other words, what would it be?
My first would be action, determination, and faith.
Action, determination, and faith. Cool. And anybody in the chat, what are y'all's examples? If you had to create the word persistence out of other words, what would it be? Right? I would think that it would be steadfastness, patience, and yes, a little bit of faith on top. The faith to keep going um, despite there being a lack of instant gratification. And I think really that's what we're battling sometimes is that we're very used to getting things in short order. We're very used to getting things in short order without without much obstacle. But when there is an obstacle, there is what I like to call an obstacle illusion, right? You've heard optical illusion, meaning like you can't believe your eyes. It's an optical illusion, but have you heard of an obstacle illusion? Because most things that we see as obstacles are just illusions. They're just a part of the process of our success, and we don't see it as part and partial to our success. Sometimes we see it as a hindrance to our success. But it is these obstacles and the overcoming of these obstacles that are the training grounds, that are the um, are the fires that mold us into the successful being that we become. So who you are now is based on what you've been through, what you've gone through, right? What you've made it over, the mountains you've climbed to the other side. And my wife pointed this out to me yesterday. She said, running. This is a very similar thing that my uncle Mike actually, Mike. I see your comment here. You reminded me of this maybe 2 days ago when I was out getting some tires. But my wife also echoed this. She said, when I go running, it reminds me of life, or it reminds me of being patient and being committed to our faith and to God. And I said, oh, yeah, how so? And this is intriguing to me because the day before she said this, my Uncle Mike was saying a very similar thing. And she said, well, where I go running, there's a hill and then there's a decline and then it goes straight for a while. And then there's a hill and then it declines and it's straight for a while and it repeats this sequence. And she said, when I'm going up the hill, I have to persevere. When I'm going up the hill, it's a little bit harder. When I'm going up the hill, I can't see on the other side. There's a little bit of added pressure, but where there is hardship, soon comes ease. Wherever there is hardship, you will find ease. And so, what do I mean by that? And the way she explained it was when she's going up the hill, it's harder, and she can't see to the other side, right, of where she's going. Once she gets to the top of the hill, she can see where it's flat, right?
Mhm.
And she's able to take that descent as motivation to get to the other side, but she can't look back, right? You can't see over back to where you were without being there, right? And you can't see where you're going without going there. So you might as well keep going and not turning back because your destination is before you, not behind you. But she made the likeness of you're gonna go through some inclines of tough times, but once you get over that hump, it's easier than it would have been even if it was flat. You actually got gravity pushing you down that mountain, giving you the momentum you need. And once you hit that flat part again, especially if you still have that momentum, you're going faster now because you built up that momentum from the decline. So where there is hardship, there too is ease, right? But we oftentimes have we suffer from obstacle illusion, where we think that the obstacle is bigger than it is. We think that the obstacle is insurmountable. We think that the character traits that we have of perseverance, of patience, of steadfastness, of determination and commitment are not momentous enough, and not weighty enough. They're not pushing us enough. They're not. We think that they're not enough to get us over the hump. So maybe we'll stop. Right? Maybe we were lacking in that commitment. Maybe we were lacking in that initiative. Maybe we were just lacking in something that day. Maybe we couldn't do much, but did you do something? And sometimes we look to take the whole cake. We seek to, I always say, make the touchdown with every single play that we throw, every single play that we run. We're going to the touchdown, and that can happen every now and then. Without persistence, with just a Hail Mary, you can make it to the touchdown. But 9 times out of 10, the effort that is rewarded the most are the teams, the people, the quarterbacks that just push the ball down the field, that look for the opportunities. And when those opportunities come knocking, they don't get knocked down by them, right? So just move that ball down the field. Can you get a first down? No. To keep this football analogy going, um, it doesn't mean that if it is 2nd down and 15, that you just punt the ball, right? It means that you go for the first down. It also doesn't mean that when it's first down, or when it's third down, that you sit there and only try to do a quick run for a yard or two. It means, yes, you're going to push it. You're going to push the pace, and you're going to try to reach your first down. You're not going to sit there and settle for less than a first down if you have the choice. Now, if it comes down to the wire and you have to punt the ball in order to be in a better position on the next uh, cycle, when you get the ball back, when your team gets the ball back, then that's fine. You can take one step back, as long as that one step back is for 2 steps forward, right? It's not a setback, it's a set up, right? So don't look at your setbacks as setbacks, right? What people would deem as a setback, that's a set up for a greater accomplishment, for a greater goal. But if we see that step back, it is an illusion. It's that obstacle illusion. You may have taken a step back sometimes just to see, the details of the obstacle, how big it is. Do I need to go around it? Do I need to go over it? Do I need to go through it? Do I need to go under it? But how am I going to get to the other side? Because if it's before you, then you have the ability to do it. If you can dream it, as they used to tell me as a kid, you can achieve it. If you believe it, you can achieve it. So if you can imagine being over that mountain, then the only thing that's stopping you from realizing and manifesting a good track record is for you to put on your shoes and get ready to run. So are you ready to run? Are you prepared? Are you prepared to have a good track record? Are you prepared for the unexpected? Or do you think that life is going to be a cakewalk? Because I promise you, like my mom says, life is popping. Life will pop on you. It'll pop like them hot grits that you left on the stove. When you go check it, they pop it, right? So don't leave your dreams unattended. It's hot out here, y'all. Don't leave your dreams unattended. Are you ready? Do you expect the challenges? Do you see adversity as the training grounds for the great? Or do you see adversity as an addition, an extra chapter to your victim story? What type of story are you writing? Are you the hero in your story? If you are, then put on your cape and do what you got to do. Or are you the victim in your story? If you are, then sit there and wait to either have someone save you and no one is going to save you, or sit there and wait long enough for you to become the villain. Because all you're going to do is sit there and ferment and sulk and wallow in your sadness. And we know that misery loves company. So don't be of the company of misery, right? Have a good track record. You have a life that is calling you. My mom put on there. So when it calls, make sure that you are prepared and ready to answer through persistence, patience, determination, commitment, motivation. I saw some good words out there that you guys put forward as the ingredients for this persistence. I think it is that, and it's more. It's whatever you make of it, whatever you said in that moment. That's what's true for you, and that may be what you need to work on today. So if you were able to bake a cake of persistence, think of the ingredients that you would put in. Think of the time that you would put in. Think of the heat and the pressure that you would put in to bake this cake. And once you have that, mix it all together and bake that cake. And when you get done with it, eat it too. It is okay to have your cake and eat it too. They
Amen.
might say that you can't, but what's the point of baking a cake? You at least deserve a slice. I'm not saying that your family can't get a piece of the slice and they can't get some of what you have, but make sure that your head fits on your shoulders, your determination, your commitment, your feet are under your body, because those are the only things that are going to carry you over the obstacle, over the mountain. It is persistence. However you make it, take it in stride and have a good track record. Over to you, Mom.
All right, I'm going to get these comments read and get on out of here. So
Sounds good.
let's
Sounds good.
see. So Miss Brenda and I put out there. Well, let me go back up. Let's see. I missed some. Miss Brenda, you said I do have one. What is it that you have? What were we talking about there? And Big Al Sal says, "Good morning. Welcome back, Big Al Sal. Alvin Williams Jr." Doug Lewis says, "Determination." Miss Brenda gives us her ingredients: willingness, determination, and courage. Big Mike says, "The lesson from the story, the tutorials
The tortoise in the hare.
and the hare is that slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race, meaning that persistent effort, even if slow, can lead to success over rushing ahead carelessly." That is true.
I was reading Miss Brenda. She said a Joanne story. She said she got
Oh, she
one.
have one.
How
Oh
many
yeah. Oh,
how
Miss
many
Brenda, I got
how
to hear
many
it.
you got, Miss Brenda?
I got to hear it.
You
Got to
got
hear
one
it.
or 10?
Isn't it something? Isn't it something that
I felt, Mom, I promise you, I felt it. I felt it when I said they probably do know Joanne, and then you said that she worked at FedEx. But
Yeah,
yeah, man,
yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. Look, Joanne is persistent.
She is. Oh my
She
gosh.
is
Ooh,
persistent.
and determined and man.
Yeah. No.
So, but
Yeah.
we could
No.
learn
Yeah.
something from Joanne. We could learn some things from Joanne. So, Latasha says, "Good morning, family." Big Mike says, "Football is life in inches." Uh,
That's right.
um, I put out there that obstacle, a thing that blocks one's way or prevents or hinders progress. And I'll say that's the definition, but it's up to you if you will allow it to block your way, right? Or prevent or hinder your progress. That's the choice that you make. Big Al Sal says, "Real talk, Brother Brandon." And Miss Brenda says, a Joanne story. She says, "I was talking about Tammy's show and years ago, and Joanne heard me talking about you all and told me she was your aunt, Brandon."
Full circle, man.
Full circle. Isn't that something?
Yeah,
Man,
it's
y'all.
crazy.
Um, I want you guys, I want to ask, don't have to tell us today, what, in a few sentences, for those of you who have been coming tomorrow, be prepared to tell us a few sentences. And if you want to send it to me and I'll just read it, what has this journey did for you? How are you different? What have you learned, right? What have you changed? I was going back, just kind of looking and even starting with and looking at the affirmations. December 1st, today I will. All right. December 2nd, I will. That one says, I will make strong decisions and stick with them. Right? Notice the what's in all of these, right? The common denominator. Today, December 3rd, today I pledge, right, to free myself from burdens in my life. December the 4th, I am alive and well. December 5th, today I will take a few moments to redefine my goals. December 6th, every minute of my time is precious. I will value, right? And there's more, but you can go back and read it yourself. December 7th, today I will show appreciation for the people who work tirelessly for me. December the 8th, persistence, oh, there's that word, is my passage to reaching my goals. I will persist, right? I will, y'all. December 9th, I will accept my good and move on. December the 10th, I open my mind to prosperity, happiness, and health that God has to offer. I open my mind. That's a good one. Because
These are
without,
active words, right?
right. And I'm coming to a close. December the 11th, when I'm stuck in the mud, I will act. I'll say when I'm stuck in the mud, I will run my race. I will still run my race so that I'll have a good track record, right? Because that brings us to December the 12th. Is when it comes to my goals, I will be easy to start and tough to stop. Are you tough to stop? Are you tough to stop in what you want and desire for your life? It's funny that Sella mentioned the heel for a long time now, even on Butterfly Evolution radio show. That's how I described this transformation in my life, is that I'm going up these mountains, and man, it's so hard going up. But as I've kept to the journey, those mountains, the incline has become a little shorter, a little easier, because there's something this the journey has put something, some strength, some courage, some faith, taken away some fear, right? So I'm spiritually fit, right? And so climbing those spiritual journeys got a little easier. But one thing I found a little different in what we were saying is when there was a time where I felt like, okay, I'm at the top. But boy, when I look back where I come from, I'm so far ahead. And then as I look out, those mountains, they don't seem as big. They don't seem, and maybe because I'm getting closer. The persistence is getting me closer. I'm healing. So the obstacle doesn't look bigger than me, or feels bigger than me, or bigger than God, I will say. Right? Because truth be told, I've had some that I'm thinking, God can't fix this. And then God's like, I don't need to. This one is going to be fixed according to my will and my desire. And so to end, it's like when I heard Steve Harvey saying, if you want to get to it, you got to go through it, right? Go through it to get to it, whatever that means for you. But what's your track record? Tell us what that is tomorrow. How has this helped you? What are you doing differently? What are your goals? What's the I will, the I am for you? So over to you, Brandon.
Well, thank y'all so much for joining us today. That's it. That's all we have for you today on this show. Appreciate y'all letting us be a part of your morning routine, and entertaining a little bit of our family jokes here about our dear Joanne, and just people that have been persistent in your life. Go out and thank somebody today that has been a persistent person in your life, persistently good, pushing you to do better. And when people push you, they often make you a little uncomfortable, but that's what growth feels like, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what growth feels like. So appreciate those people, value those people while we still have them, give them their proverbial roses while we still can, and just let them know that you appreciate it, because I'm sure it takes a lot on their side a lot of energy to continue to push and motivate and encourage people. So if there's anybody that has been persistent in your life or in your community or in your family, then please give them a little bit of thanks today. And then try to emulate that persistence in yourself in some way that benefits you and someone else. So again, today our title on this December 12th was A Good Track Record. And Daryl Stingley, the activist for the physically challenged, said the pain means there's feeling there. The pain means there's feeling there. And our affirmation for the day is, when it comes to my goals, I will be easy to start and tough to stop. I don't think anybody caught it. I didn't even read the affirmation. Did I read the affirmation today
Yeah,
earlier?
you did.
Okay, I felt
You
I
did.
couldn't remember. I was like, what? I don't know. I was like, yeah, I didn't catch it.
I think
But
you did. Yeah, I think so.
yeah, okay. Our affirmation today that we carry with us is, when it comes to my goals, I will be easy to start and tough to stop. Easy to start and tough to stop. So here's to momentum. Here's to success. Here is to persistence. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Please go like the YouTube channel. Please share this show and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like this show and share it, please. And get some more people to the show, because Lord knows we all need a good end to the year and a good start to the next. May persistence be with us, and may we always be our best. Y'all take care. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Remember to come with a few sentences about what this has done for you. And remember, as Brandon said, share the show. As soon as we get off, you guys, share this. Share this. And every morning, I'm going to check some pages. And if y'all don't share it, I'm going to share it on your page. How about that? All right? Come on,
All right,
Brandon.
y'all. Take care.